So we have our driving question. The big word that we're going to look at is the word called metabolism. Talk to your shoulder partner. What do you think of when you hear that word? What do you think of when you hear that word? The chemical processes that occur in an organism. And there's a ton. Some that we've already discussed. I want you to think about the hot dogs, the hot dog eating contest. What important process did we learn about with the hot dog eating hot dogs? What was the big idea from that? And what system did we focus on with them? Somebody said it? Digestion. So digestion is a metabolic process. Somebody want to tell me, what would you say digestion is? If somebody asked you what is digestion, what would you tell them?
Process of breaking down.
Yep. I'm going to put in absorbing also. So we learned that our bodies can do that. We learned that we can take a large molecule and I'll string some hexagons together. And we can make, hold on one second. Hello? Yes, is this Rhonda? All right, so we know that we can take something like starch, you saw, and we can break it down into the small pieces. You saw this in the mealworm. Does anyone know what the small pieces are called? It's this type of sugar. Yeah, who said that? Good, Kat. There you go. You know that you can get glucose. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see that. And then we can absorb that glucose and so forth. And then yesterday, Mrs. Brown helped you learn what you can do with glucose. That glucose can be combined with oxygen and provide you with energy. And also CO2 and water. Remember that this molecule has high energy bonds, which we can use for energy for things like metabolism or whatever else we want to do. What process was that? Does anyone recall what process this is?
2 words in the arrow on your placement.
Yeah, from yesterday. Something that we did, it was called something, and it was related to the happy cows. Somebody has it? Cellular respiration. So cellular respiration was another metabolic process. One that gives us energy. So we see that some of these processes are linked together. And then today, we get into a whole new process, just to help kind of clear everything up. This is related to that guiding question. We have a new process called biosynthesis. Notice I capitalized synthesis. All right, talk to your shoulder partner. What do you think biosynthesis, what do you think that word means? Talk to your shoulder partner. What do you think that means? Any ideas on what biosynthesis means? Barry? Okay, close. Bio means what, everyone? Yeah, what, Kat? Living. What does synthesize mean? Creating. I thought I heard you say that. Maybe I think. So, bio means living. Synthesis means to make. Remember we watched that baby turn into a boy. Living and to make. So biosynthesis is what we're going to look at next. Okay, so biosynthesis. So what is biosynthesis? So we put a little question there, what? It is the process where small molecules which we are going to call monomers. Everyone say monomer. Monomer, say it. Everyone say monomer. Thank you. Monomers are combined to form polymers, which are going to be, poly means many, mono means one. And so our body can do this. So let's say that I had some amino acids in my body. Maybe I just digested a nice juicy steak or something like that. So we'll use some triangles here. And I'll have a red triangle, a blue triangle, and I got a bunch of different triangles. And these are going to be some amino acids. And I'll have maybe 2 blues. And if you don't have colors, you can use like dots inside the triangles or shaded and not shaded. You can make different kinds. So I have one that's shaded in. So we call these amino acids. Monomer or polymer. Are amino acids small molecules or big molecules? Very small. You digest protein to get them. So this is our monomer. We could put them together. So I can go blue, maybe a red, maybe the other red like this. And then I have a green. Maybe the green one is up there. We got one more. Another blue. Make a blue maybe right here. What did I just make? I made a polymer, but it has a name. If you chain amino acids together, does anyone know what it's called? You eat it. Now you just made a new one now. You just made a protein. And so this is your polymer. Where do you think this occurs? Where do you think this occurs? This process. Any ideas? Like where your body's making, okay, so maybe we'll come back to that. What are some examples of proteins that are in your body? Where do you think you need protein? You know, we talked about naked and afraid the other day. A lot of times we're like, oh, we need protein. Why do they need protein? Why does Bryson DeChambeau drink 7 protein shakes per 18 holes? Okay, to maintain some health.
Because they give you
Not energy. Proteins are not really so much of an energy thing. If you're desperate, your body can break it down, but not typically what protein is for.
Or like bones.
Could be. What else do you know? Why do people take in a bunch of protein and for what are the main purpose?
To up their mass.
For what?
To up their mass.
Okay, you're getting closer.
Oh, muscle.
Muscle. What do they want to do with muscle? They want to build muscle. So maybe this protein could be used for muscle fibers. Proteins run your body. Everything depends on proteins. There are all different types. There are enzymes. There are hormones. You ever heard of a hormone?
Yes.
Okay, all sorts of things. Cells are made out of protein, so everything is going to rely upon that. Next, and finally, like I asked where this occurs, this is biosynthesis. And this occurs in cells. Cells are going to help you with this. Why is this important is our last question for today. I don't like to make more than 1 page of notes. We need to make protein to help our bodies work. But we might need other things too. Hair is made out of protein. Muscle, things that we need are all the tissues we need. So basically the pattern is we go from a monomer to a polymer. We can then make cells. We can then make tissue. And there you go. Now we have all the stuff that we're making. We could also make smaller things too. We could make like enzymes or hormones or other cells. All right, so that is basically a summary of how metabolism works and its important parts to it.